What's good, man? Welcome to episode 21 of the Ryan Leatch podcast, man. I got some day ones with me, man. Dylan Bruton, man. Introduce yourself, bro.
Hey, Ryan. Well, much love to you, my brother. Thank you
Yes,
for
sir.
allowing me on the Ryan Leatch show.
Yes, sir. Let's get
I'm
it.
to be here, episode 21. Prime time, baby. We here.
Let's go. Then welcome my brother Devonte to the podcast, man. Some of y'all may know him. He's been on here before. I've been on his podcast, man. Y'all say what's up to bros. Introduce yourself, gang.
What's up with it, man? Devonte Hopkins checking in. Y'all know me as D Hop, aka D Hop TV on
Yes,
YouTube.
sir.
Hey, Ron, what's this, like our fourth podcast?
Man, the fourth one. You finally hopped on mine though. Pause.
Yeah,
But
first
yeah, I
one
got
on
about
yours.
3 of yours.
Yeah.
Let's start out.
Hey, Dylan. All me and Ron's podcasts have been in different studios. We got 47 states left to go.
Okay.
Yeah, we done did Atlanta,
We did
Houston,
Atlanta,
Dallas.
Yeah.
Yep. But I'm y'all shout out y'all's podcast, man. Dylan, where can they find you on socials? What's your podcast name, YouTube, all of that? I'm gonna drop it in the description as well. Go ahead and do your thing.
Love. So y'all can follow me on the gram at Kwon_solo, KWON_solo, Black Han Solo. That's me. But that's And then chilling with Dylan 1229. You can follow that on Instagram. My YouTube connected to it is called Chilling with Dylan Sports, Music, and Life Takes. I try to do content pretty consistently. I got some episode ideas and episodes that I'm putting together. So stay tuned. Tap in. And it's a blessing to be on here and collaborate with a legend.
Hey, gang. Yeah, yes, sir. We getting there, man. We trying. D-Hop, same thing for you, bro. Where they can find you at?
Yeah, they can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, D-Hop TV, YouTube _ D-Hop TV, all that. Got some great ones on there. So, yeah, make sure y'all check it out. Happy to be up on this one, though, for sure.
Yes, sir, man. You listening to 3 workaholics, man. All we know is grind. All we know is work. Podcasts, we putting them out on weekly, multiple videos, multiple episodes, bro. Devonte been having guests on. He been having football players, college football players, WNBA player, WNBA coaches, man. You know, we trying to catch up to bro right now. Dylan been grinding, bro. He been having different people on, breaking down the game, excellent analysis, bro. So we all doing our thing, man. So follow each and every one of us, bro. Dope podcasts all around. Hey, man, so let's get to it, man. NABJ in 2 months, y'all. Time to do our thing. You know, August is coming up, 2 months now. You know, NABJ, man. This will be my first experience, and I'm going as ambassador for ESPN, so that's a blessing. Devonte, I want to say this your first time as well.
Yeah, it's gonna be my first time going.
Got you. And Dylan, I know you've been before, huh?
No, I've actually.
Okay.
The regional in April was the first NABJ event that I ever been to.
Yes, sir. So this is all of our first time. So I'm gonna pass it to y'all two real quick. Dylan, you go first. What are you looking forward to most at NABJ, bro?
Getting there. But aside from that, because I got faith that somehow by the grace of God, I'm gonna get there. God willing. Not too. Pause. But I'm most excited to just make as many genuine connections as possible. You don't know what opportunity lies ahead. And a year ago today, when I met y'all, was when ESPN posted from their Black Sports Business Symposium page. They posted like the video I was in, and I talked about you never know who you're gonna meet and who you're gonna. So I'm hoping to have like some life-changing connections and to build that, because you know what I'm saying, if I hadn't gone to the symposium last year, I wouldn't have met y'all brothers. So I look at it like that. I'm looking forward to building stronger relationships and seeing where that.
All right, my brother Devonte, what you looking forward to most at NABJ, bro?
Man, same thing, networking, because like I be telling people who don't do the podcast, I enjoy doing this podcast because just getting to meet new people. So basically same thing, just networking. You know what I'm saying? Being in Cleveland, I never been to Cleveland before at that. You know, trying to catch some memories, just meeting new people, same thing as Dylan, because you know that's how we met Dylan.
Yup, so is.
Yeah.
Working.
Let's get it, gang. Let's get straight into these playoffs, man. We into the finals now, but let's take, let's go back a couple rounds, look at it overall. What do y'all think about the playoffs so far, entertainment level? I know it's been a lot of talk about the small markets and whatnot. Devonte, I'll let you go first, man. Overall, how do you feel about this playoffs?
Actually been enjoying the playoffs like no other because I've seen some new regime. Now we seeing the new teams come up. I'm happy to see we finally ain't seeing like the Cavs or the Warriors every other year, you know.
Yeah,
So it's been cool seeing all the young guys stepping up and getting seeing the league transition to new faces. So it's
yeah,
been real entertaining.
it has been. Go ahead, Dylan.
I would say the same thing as Devonte. Even as a Celtics fan, it's been an
Yeah,
entertaining.
oof, oof.
It hurts. Don't get me wrong.
Hey, y'all
Don't get
got
me
y'all
wrong.
flashes though.
Yeah, y'all got
We
one.
should be up there in the finals right now, but it's cool. At the end of
Yeah.
the day, like it's nice to see the small team shine. It's nice to see the underdog shine, and I feel like that's good for setting a new precedent in the NBA to show that you don't got to be this big market, this big historical franchise to be successful and to win. And I feel like both teams, they're showing how to win. Like they're showing you win through the draft. And if you are
Yeah.
going to make free agent signings, don't just go, oh, he's a max contract guy. I got to give him all this money. Like really
Mhm.
think about who fits with your roster. So everyone that's on these rosters, they're playing to their role really well. It's a lot of great basketball.
Man, I agree with everything y'all said. My biggest two takeaways from this playoffs is CBA done changed the game, and it low-key done changed it for the better, man. Is those super teams is dead. You see the Suns, bro, getting 3 stars. You see the Bucks getting them 2 big stars and then putting nothing around them. Those days is over. You need about 8 to 10 guys all the way down that could all hoop. These are the two deepest teams in the league. And you look at the Thunder, bro. To me, they got 1 star. J Dub and Chet are getting there, but I can't full fledged say they're bona fide stars right now. So it's like you get 1 star SGA, you surround them with two great players on their potential. They're all J Dub was already all star. Chet's gonna be there one day. You surrounded by two potential stars getting there, and then you just got another 5 to 6 great defenders, great role players, bro. And same with the Pacers. You got Pascal's the star though. You got Pascal and Hallie the stars and you got great role players. You got Nimhard, you got McConnell, you got Mathurin, bro. So that's my biggest takeaway is like, yo, them stars, them star teams and them star powers is over with. Get you 2 good stars and build around them and get your team deep. That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest adjustment I've seen this playoffs.
I was gonna say Pascal. He was cool with the Toronto Raptors. Remember when he was playing for them?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He was
Yep.
cool.
He
He was
got one with
cool. He
Kawhi.
won a ring with them. Yeah, if I'm not, he
Mm-hmm.
was on that team when they won that championship, wasn't it?
Sure was, yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I
But then,
don't think he gonna get one this year. I think that's for OKC to win. I think
We gonna get
OKC
to
got
that,
it
brother. We gonna get to that, brother. We gonna get to predictions. Hold on, gang.
for sure. For sure. After I
I'm
jump
fuck.
it.
But 2 teams did get eliminated for these for the Pacers and Thunder to make it to the finals. The Knicks and the Timberwolves. So we'll start on the Knicks. Dylan, I'll let you go. What do you think is the offseason moves? You see Tom Thibodeau's been fired. There's been a lot of talk about Cat on the defensive end. So what do you think their moves should be this offseason to get that ring next year?
uh,
honestly,
hey, you gonna go, Dylan.
okay. I was gonna say, I mean, if you got something to say, go ahead. But
Go ahead,
no.
D-Hop. Go ahead.
Uh, uh, but
First,
what I was
I
gonna say
think I
was,
think I think they should hire Jason Kidd as a head coach.
Mm-hmm.
I like Jason Kidd as a head coach. What I feel like they need, uh, maybe I would say maybe another big, maybe. What y'all think?
Mm-hmm.
I think they need a shot creator. I feel like
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson is too much pressure on him. And I talked this over with a good friend of mine out here, and he was saying like, we've never seen Thibs with a fully developed and healthy team to know how good of an offensive coach he could be. And I see kind of both perspectives of it because I'm trying to think of all the teams in Chicago that they had, but somebody was like always hurt, whether it was D Rose, whether it was Jimmy, whether it was Joakim. So we never got to see them at their fullest. And with this Knicks team, they didn't really have that deep of a roster. Their rotation was like at most to the seventh guy, and I it's tough because he got them out of basketball purgatory. Like the Knicks were
Yeah.
treading in the water, drowning. Like it was looking like there was no life vest worth
Yep.
saving at all with them. But
Yep.
at the same time, to me, I think Thibodeau is a better coordinator type of coach. He's a better assistant. Like defensively, but offensively, his offensive style is too predictable and it's too I hate to say, but it's too old school for what would
Yeah.
work in today's NBA. You know,
Mhm.
and I just don't think that the Knicks as well with Leon Rose and James Dolan, they both need to go. Their personnel that they placed around him is not enough. So it's like, yeah, Cat could play better defense and could take better shots, but the Knicks were literally working with what they got and they overachieved. And I'm not even saying that just as a Celtics fan,
Mhm.
but realistically, that roster was not gonna make a finals run. And,
Yeah.
and only the most delusional Knicks fans thought that. Like I have a lot of friends who are Knicks fans, given my
Mhm.
past in New York and given like that's the family team on that side. So I'm
Mhm.
always had love for the Knicks. But most of my friends was like, nah, I'm just enjoying this while I can. Like
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
even gonna get my hopes up. I
They
know
used to that
better.
heartbreak.
Yeah, they're like, yo, I know better. I've
Mhm.
I've I've gotten too excited when I shouldn't have. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
just enjoy this moment. As for what they do moving forth, I think they need to. They gave up so much for Mikal, so they need to find a way to
Mhm.
get some draft picks. Because giving up 4 picks for him, I'm sorry, I like Mikal Bridges, but that was too damn much.
I think it was 5, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It's even
I
worse.
agree with that.
It's
Five for
even
that man.
worse.
Yeah,
5,
crazy,
bro.
crazy.
If we're going 5, you might as well go for KD or LeBron. You might
Yeah,
as well
yeah.
shoot for the moon. But Mikal
hmm
Bridges,
I do agree with you, bro. You know what I'm saying? The Knicks, they didn't have a lot, but I think it was the right decision to fire Tibbs, though, bro. Because it's like you running this. If you look at Tibbs' past teams, it's like let D Rose cook. Then after D Rose got hurt, let Jimmy cook, Jimmy Butler. Let you know what I'm saying. Then they get to the Timberwolves. Let Cat cook. Let Ant cook. The Knicks had a lot of good pieces, bro. Like Mikal could get his own shot, that fadeaway. OG can get his own shot. Cat played good against the Pacers offensively, but it's like you running this cook one offense. Brunson be bog, and it's like, bro, get off the ball. You got other weapons. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so I think if they bring in a offensive, innovative coach, someone who's like ball movement, because that one-on-one cooking stuff, bro, that don't work in the league no more. You know what I'm saying? You see the Thunder, you see the Pacers, they moving it around and stuff like that. The Warriors. So I think they need a new coach that's going to be better offensively. And then I think, they talking about going after Giannis. I don't know if that's going to happen,
they
but
should. They
mm-hmm.
should.
They
I
talking
mean,
about moving.
they're the thing that's holding them back is that this would have been the perfect time to use draft picks as well.
Exactly. Yep.
You know,
Yep. And I think Giannis is open to New York.
that's the thing that the Bucks are looking for is how do we get some draft
Yeah.
picks? How do we get one of these guys in this upcoming draft, like a Dylan Harper or Ace
Yeah.
Bailey? Like they
Yeah.
can't do that though if they don't have the assets. And I feel like with New York, there's always going to be the attention on them. There's always going to be the spotlight on them. But
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like the curse of James Dolan is strong, man. As long as he's owning that team, they're
Mm-hmm.
never going to reach past a certain ceiling. And if they do, I'll be very happy. I'll be cheering loudly. But I've
Yeah.
watched enough Knicks basketball in my life, and I thank God every day. Like, look, it's hard enough to be a Celtics fan. Thank you, God, for not making me a Knicks fan. Because
They got it bad, boy.
I'd be miserable. I'd be one miserable son of a gun. So I'm
Mhm.
thankful every day that I didn't inherit the Knicks fandom in my family. Thank you.
Yeah.
But looking at their team, they need to strike big. This is the
Yeah.
time to go big or go home. If you want to prove that you can hang with the big dogs, you need the players,
Mhm.
you need the
Yeah.
personnel.
100%. So, man, game 2 was yesterday between the Pacers and the Thunder. What are your thoughts? What do you think about the game overall and the series and where the series is without making a prediction? Just how you feel about it
So
yet?
I was very impressed with their defense. You talked
Yeah.
about can't play that one-on-one style. And the Thunder, their defense was suffocating. You know, they were playing
Yeah.
great zone defense. They were rotating to the ball.
Yeah.
They held Indy to 35% from the field in the first half.
Wow.
And they scored 30 in the fourth quarter, the Thunder. At one point in the second quarter, it was a 6-point lead. And I remember watching going, oh.
Oh yeah, they cut it to 6. Wow, I forgot about that.
And
Wow.
then turn that into a 19-2 run to end up, going up 23. And
Wow.
a thing that I was very interested on was their record coming off a loss is 18-2, and
Yeah.
12 of those wins were by double digits or more. So
Wow.
I feel like OKC responded exactly how you would have wanted.
Yeah.
SGA, oh, Alex Caruso, the only
Yeah.
player on the Thunder with championship experience, was balling.
Wow.
J-Dub was playing a lot more aggressive. Chet was.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
thank you, Chet. Thank you, Chet. Where was
That's
this?
what we want.
Where
That's
was
what
this
we've been
game
waiting
going?
on.
And
Mhm.
then and then to get the contributions that they got from Aaron Wiggins, you talked
Yeah.
about just how deep of a team OKC is. The fact that they
Mhm.
got a guy like him who could come off the bench, hit big shots, the
Yeah.
moment is too big for him,
Mhm.
and not doing anything that compromises the general play of the team. That's
Yeah.
proof that this is a team that's been well built. Can they keep
Yeah.
going though? That's the question because Indy, these first two games, and I looked this up, uh,
Mhm.
they've not had a 20-point score. So
Yeah. Yeah.
what what's going to happen when they go back to Indy? Are they going to catch fire? Because they're going to have one of those games.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're hitting everything, they're unconscious. But I think the fact that Carlisle emptied the bench as soon as he did was a telling sign. And I think maybe Dagenau has figured something out, but I,
Mhm.
I wouldn't I wouldn't bet against Carlisle either. He's been
Yeah.
asked
Yeah.
greatest coaches. So we're gonna see. But overall, my prediction of OKC in 6, it still remains, but I'm not giving up on the Pacers because they've shown this playoffs you cannot
So
count
you
them out.
got OKC in 6. Who you got in game 3?
I think game three. I think OKC wins it off the momentum, and I think Indy will
Okay.
come back and
Okay.
win. Indy will come back and win the next, but then OKC will close them out in the rest of the series.
Gotcha. No, man, I love that you brought up the coaches because we are in a coaching clinic right now between Carlisle and Dagnall, bro. The change that they made, the adjustments that they made have been incredible, bro. Dagnall, he came out small game 1. You see, Hartenstein was off the bench. They brought Carson Wallace to the starting lineup. Didn't go the best way. I really don't know why he did that. I know the Pacers are a bigger team and stuff like that, so he's trying to adjust to them. But it's like, bro, do what got you there. You know what I'm saying? Do what got you there. Keep Chet in, keep Hartenstein in, and that lineup was yeah, exactly, bro. Dude got you there. And then game 2, he came and did that. Like you said, role players stepped up. The defense was crazy. Like you said, okay, see, I like what you said. They're just suffocating, bro. They're gonna any gap you try to penetrate, they're gonna be right there and help. They're gonna play tough. Yep, one away. Exactly. They're gonna play tough one-on-one defense, bro. They're gonna make it tough for you. So that was a great game plan by Dagnall, but Carlisle's been adjusting all playoffs. So it's like I wonder what he's gonna go to next. Remember the end of game 1, we seen a lot of Tyrese off the ball, and we seen a Nimhard on the ball creating. So I'm like, okay, is that something that we might be seeing more of in game 3? Because it's like Tyrese right now, he's not being aggressive. Maybe that's because he's on the ball and he's passing it ahead and doing different things. But maybe get him off the ball. Yeah. Get him off the ball, get him coming around some curls, get something going, and then you never know. But yeah, I'm with you. We both picked OKC in 6. I knew it was going to be a closer series than people anticipated. A lot of people were saying OKC in 4, OKC in 5. Yeah, I was like, it's going to be a lot closer than that. But yeah, I think it would not surprise me if the Pacers came out and did win this game 3 though. They are bad in game 3s though. Remember, I know they jumped out to 2-0 leads on the Bucks, the Cavs, and the Knicks and lost game 3. So yeah, they have been historically bad in game 3s this play season.
That is a good point.
Yeah.
And in those games, Halliburton was not aggressive. So the fact that they they won game one the way they did, but they lost game two the way they did, they're definitely looking at the film. They're definitely saying, okay, how do we adjust? How do we pick up our play? How do we regain that momentum that we had? Because that was what was going for us.
Yeah.
That was what was keeping us fired up and ready to go. So they're gonna have to
Mhm.
tap back into that, reignite that.
Speaking of Halliburton, bro, there's been the questions all playoffs. Do you believe he's reached that superstar status?
He's making it so hard not to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's to the point where it's like, what else could you want him to do? You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Put up the big games. Because
Yeah.
normally I talked about this on my podcast with Phil. I was like, we normally look at the superstars as like the guys who are putting up the crazy big numbers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Kobe's, the LeBrons, the Michael Jordans, the Kevin Durant's,
Hmm.
Allen Iversons of the world. But when you put up stats that are able to contribute to winning, you're getting
Hmm.
everybody involved, and you're the driving force and catalyst.
Yeah.
And then fourth quarter moments, you're unafraid of the moment.
Hmm.
I have a hard time not giving you that type of credibility and respect, even
Yeah.
though it's different than what we're accustomed to. Like if
Hmm.
he was going bucket for bucket with Shea, people would look at it a lot differently.
Yeah. Yeah.
But because he wins the game through his passing, through his leadership, and through his
Hmm.
clutch play,
Yeah.
it's a different situation. But I think, and especially if they, as long as they win another game, because it's
Hmm.
always better to go out in six than it is to go out in a gentleman's sweep.
Yeah.
Go out in six or go out in seven, or if they win, it'd be so hard
Oh,
not
if he
to.
wins, he's got to be one. Yeah. If
Gotta
he
be.
wins it, he's got to be one. Man, I like that's a great point that you brought up because people think a superstar and they think, oh, 30 points per game, 25 points per game, but it's different ways. I think that's the thing that's holding him back in a lot of people's eyes, and people don't see him as a traditional superstar because he's doing it other ways. Because it's the new NBA. We don't see a lot of pass first point guards. People
No,
like it's
we
not
don't.
aggressive. Yeah, he's like he's not aggressive. He's not shooting enough. Point guards don't shoot 30 times a game, bro. In the
Oh, that's like if you grew up playing point guard,
yes,
like I did, you were taught to be the floor general. You were taught
yeah,
to look for your shot after looking for the other four guys that's out there. You're taught
agree,
to
bro.
get the ball, set up the offense, and keep everything flowing and going. You have to be the quarterback on the field. So yeah, the game has changed. And I mean, the only point guard who within this last era who's been able to, create a dynasty and create that type of success was Steph. You know?
Yeah. And I was
So
gonna ask you that was the point I was gonna bring up was like, okay, Chris Paul was never a 30-point scorer. He was a superstar, and Steve Nash, that's who Tyrese Halliburton is to me. Steve Nash, Chris Paul. He's really a bigger Chris Paul. Because like the way he creates, the way he navigates the pick and roll, it was like these were never superstars, but these were elite floor generals that made everybody better than them. So at first I was kind of against that superstar stuff because I'm like, he's not even the best player on the team. I'm like, that's Pascal. He's scoring more. He don't even lead the team in scoring. But then I'm looking, I'm like, it's not always about points. It's about facilitating, setting teams up, the floor that he raises them. So I'm ready to have that conversation and bring him into the fold at least. I don't think he's SGA. I don't think he's Ant. Um, but that next tier of young stars, I believe he goes right in there.
yeah, I think that's fair. And I mean, if he wins, then he makes it
Oh, he gotta be.
he makes it tough for someone like Ant because then people are going to start
Yeah.
saying, "Why didn't you get to the finals? Why was you even there?"
Yeah.
But I think the talent that Tyrese has, he's got the type of game that ages well over time.
Oh
He,
yeah, yeah. We'll be
he's not
playing for a
even
long time.
he's not even at his ceiling. He's not even at his best.
No.
People forget he's 24, 25.
Yeah,
Like
can't be too. He was in Ant's draft and he was in his sophomore year, so he probably a year or two older than Ant. Yeah.
So he's still got time to improve. He's still got time to level up as a player. And I'm very excited to see what he continues to do because if he gets his jumper, because that's the thing that's holding him back is like the way he shoots, he doesn't have the type of jumper where he can kind of like off the dribble,
You
like
can't pull up on nobody, even though he
no,
did. He did pull up game one on that, which was good to see. But
yeah,
all his shots, if you notice, he got to create separation. It's hard for him to shoot in a contested in a tight window because that release is so crazy. But he's elite at creating separation. So he's got that for him. But if you get a tight, that's why Dort is, I feel like messing with him because Dort is very physical. He's very tight. He's very strong. So it's like, it's hard to create that separation on a guy like that. That's the thing too. Tyrese got to get stronger too. But it's like, if you can't shoot over nobody and you can't shoot in tight windows, he's going to have a tough time. But, man, I know you got to get out of here, bro. Shout out to socials where we can find you. Shout out the podcast one more time. We're going to drop it in the captions. Any last final words before we get off of here, man?
Yes, sir. And much love. You know, y'all continue to stay tuned and tapped into the Ryan Leatch podcast. He brought it back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're gonna see me on here, and you're gonna see me on him on my stuff. Y'all can follow me at Kwon_solo, KWON_solo Instagram. You can follow me at Chillin' with Dylan 1229 on the gram. You'll see different clips from snippets from interviews and content that I've done with my podcast. Growing and building as we speak. Only thing I got OKC in 6, but I'm just excited for basketball. I'm excited for some good basketball, and if there's a championship parade, man, you gotta let me know. I know you got them ties to
okay, I might have to pull back up to the city. Oh man, it's gonna be a movie, dog. It's gonna be a movie, man. But appreciate you, brother. Like you said, we're gonna keep doing this. It's just the beginning. Episode 21, man. We out.
Yeah. Stay blessed.
Yes, sir.